Colin, were you familiar with the film Mary Poppins and the iconography before you started this project? Was it part of your childhood at all?
No. It's a quick answer to that. I vaguely remember bits and pieces, some musical numbers. Much more familiar with The Sound of Music, actually. That I remember very distinctly. But and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But for whatever reason, it wasn't played for me, or it didn't catch on. But I saw it recently and thoroughly loved it.
Yeah, certainly familiar with it now.
Yeah.
This is a different role than you've played in the past. And what really attracted you to the part of Travers Goff? It has a lot of layers.
As much the whole script as his individual journey, but as you said, all the layers. Yeah, he was an incredibly, as Kelly Marcel wrote him, an incredibly complex and rich character who defied any one particular opinion from me on what he was like as a man or as a father. Was he a good father? Was he a bad father? Was he this way inclined, that way inclined? He kind of was a mystery, and one that I really thoroughly enjoyed kind of unraveling in my own way. His relationship with his daughter was so beautiful. When you meet him first, he seems like such an ideal father, and then very quickly we seen that there is this really deep, cavernous crack within him that he can't seem to suture in any way. I just had a deep respect for that. I had a deep respect for the fact that fathers and their daughters, or mothers and their sons, or mothers and their daughters, fathers and their sons, it's a complicated, it's a complicated terrain. And it's a terrain upon which the experience is felt, or things that we carry with us for the rest of our lives. And I had a respect for that. And so
There's really beautiful father-daughter portrayal of you and the young P.L. Travers, known as Ginty. Can you describe their relationship, the importance to the story, and working with the young Annie Buckley?
Yeah, the relationship between Travers and his daughter Ginty is a beautiful one that really seems to thrive, flourish in the world of imagination, in the world of storytelling and make-believe, and turning the most mundane of events or actions into little kind of excursions into magic. And it seems to be the only place, his relationship with her seems to be the only place where he can truly feel alive, where he's not bet down by the burden of what his life has become. He's ultimately a disappointment to himself, and he fears that he'll be a disappointment to everyone else. And Annie Buckley was just a dream to work with. She was just a dream.
Did you have a favorite scene with her at all in the film?
Maybe the scene before we get up on the horse and ride. Simple kind of scene, but you know, the scene, they were just talking about, turning the witch turning the horse turning the lady into a horse and that kind of stuff. Maybe just that. It was a nice simple story. The two of us sitting on a patch of grass overlooking this valley. It was kind of lovely.
How was it to be directed by John Lee Hancock?
Gorgeous. Yeah, wow, such a cool man, such a wonderful director, and had an incredibly clear vision for what he saw this film to be, and I think he just did an amazing, extraordinary job with it. I really did. Some of his choices and cuts and his movements of the camera, which is always subtle, but it's there, were really beautiful, and I had such a joy working with him. And we spoke about character quite a bit, and he was very specific with his direction, and yet you never felt pressured or encroached upon by him at all. So I loved working with John Lee.
So the flashback story that your character is involved in is quite emotional and a bit dark. Can you talk about that?
It's weird because it is very emotional. It's strange how undark it seems to me, because I don't know, that's my interpretation of the word darkness, because I even used dark in describing it, and then I was like, it just doesn't feel right. Why is that? Because it's really emotional, and it's filled with such pain and sadness and loss, but there's something, I don't want to say honourable about it or something. There's no, alcoholism is an abusive disease, of course. You abuse the self and you abuse the family, whether you like it or not, emotionally, but there's no physical abuse, there's no verbal cruelty, there's none of those things. There's just a slow and encroaching death and a lot of emotional pain left behind as a result of that, but there was something so kind of honest about it that it just felt that Kelly just did an amazing job.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.